Lest there be any doubt, the Exarch hath long been aware of the possibilities he but recently unfolded to us. Wherefore he did refrain from sharing them until now, I cannot say. To wherefore is always a word that just trips me up. Faded memories. Thancred is eager to get to work. Right then, while the Exarch literally pours his own sweat and blood into his allotted task, it seems only fair that we attend to our own. Dealing with Elidibus and his minions. Just so. And there's one other matter. In light of our deteriorating health, Y'shtola should not be left alone at a niter. Might I trouble you to visit her, Lavenza? See that all is well. I would go myself, but I think she might be safer in the hands of one less prone to collapsing. Yeah, I think Thancred and Urianger J would be bad escorts, as it were. Because obviously, Thancred is already passed out once. So the likelihood of it happening again, and then if Y'shtola were to pass out, likely Urianger J would pass out as well. So anyway, my thanks. You may leave the Assassins to us. Once they are out of the way, we will retire to Yulmore. And when Y'shtola has finished plumbing the depths, I'd like the two of you to join us there. If you are bound for a niter, I suggest you go via Venmont Yards. Our friends there will be glad to provide a boat for you. Let us be on our way then. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Wait, I have a gift for you from Tataru. I have a delivery from the source, Kapo. Courtesy of one Tataru Taru. I'll go with the first. From Tataru, you say? Whatever could it be? Archon loaf, thou sayest? Why, even to hear the name doth transport me to times long past. Bread from another world, may I try some? Mayest thou, child? Thou must. That said, though I personally disagree with the consensus, I do nonetheless advise thee to temper thy expectations. Or thine expectations. Wiser words have never been uttered. Though it rarely darkened our dining table at home, I can attest that it was standard fare at the studio. Indeed, a slice was never far from our peers' hands. Alphino, you really are an unbearable snob sometimes. Do you know that? What I believe my colleagues are trying to say is that we appreciate the gesture. Tell Tataru we'll do our best to return before she's forced to seek further supplementary employment. I was just, like, I got caught up in a thought of, like, hopefully I won't need to tell her anything before you can tell her yourself. You know, we're kind of in a hurry here. Right. Let's really be off now. We can find a drink to wash down the bread on the way. Yeah, so from what I remember, once we get to Yulmore is when things really pick up. So I've just been concerned about, you know, being able to fit everything into one stream. Although, I mean, I did say I would you know, push the stream on to be able to get it all done today, but... Oh, that's not... right. From what I recall, I think we either find Y'shtola collapsed or she was taken, I think. Yeah, she's taken by Elidibus, if my memory... I can't even think of the word for that expression. Memory serves. Which it would not be out of sorts for my memory to utterly not serve. Or out of the question, anyway. Oh-ho! If it ain't the warrior of darkness herself, what brings you to these parts? Heading out to sea, ya? But of course, we'd be happy to help. Just say the word and I'll ready a boat. Travel to a nighter. Yup. Yep.
Excellent. I had intended to speak with you alone.
I will kill you now if you do anything to Y'shtola.
None of my doing, lest you misunderstand. The link between her body and soul wavers. I know not what you hoped to find here, but it will avail you naught to learn of our past.
I wonder why, because we never got flashbacks with him itself, right? Reviewing the records yet again. Really? You worry too much, Elidibus. This dedication to your duty verges on obsession. To think some thought you ill-suited for the role, how wrong they were. But come, turn your gaze outside the window, my friend. The rains have ceased, and we have been graced with another beautiful day. But come, turn your gaze outside the window, my friend. The rains have ceased, and we have been graced with another beautiful day. Yeah, this was one, because obviously this is a big line at the end of this patch. And I think I didn't remember this line. So that whole ending, like, just didn't hit with me. The rains have ceased. We have been graced with another beautiful day. So when he says it later, I think it's in reference to this, and this is about him being obsessed with his work or his job. So when he says it then, he's kind of basically admitting, like, yeah, I've put too much into this, and it's time I finally kind of relax, basically. And in that case, let go.
It fades. Fades away into oblivion. Does the world no longer have need of me? No. I am Elidibus, and I will fulfill my duty.
So I think he's saying the memory starts to fade and he forgets, but He feels
Sundered though you may be, you fought for the world's salvation. For hope. Hope. Ah, it swells within me, empowers me. Now I may carry out my mission. And yet, why do I yearn for this? Why do I struggle so? I shall take her into my safekeeping. If you want her back, you will do as I ask. Show me your strength. I would take your measure. I have prepared a suitable arena. You need but ride the flow of ether.
Oh. I remember this now. I think I'm going to have to go back and watch that little cutscene again, because yeah, it has the convocation speaker and member, but it doesn't have like the narration stuff. And all of that confused the hell out of me. I think just because we don't normally get narration like that in those like echo flashbacks. And so at first I thought he was actually talking to me, but I think he's talking to himself or something, and it just confused the hell out of me. Anyway, but I remember this. Yep. You are familiar with this place, I believe. This remembered Amaranth. Proceed to the capital. I shall return your comrade to you there. Enough of this. I tire of your games. Yeah, I think I'd go. He's got your Stola. I would be more upset. You speak as if you were disappointed in me. Why? I am your enemy, and you mine. Our goals are in conflict, and we are fated to clash. Or had you hoped that feigned sympathy and false understanding would cast your crimes in a less reprehensible light? That I would come to look upon you as a friend? Or had you hoped that feigned sympathy and false understanding would cast your crimes in a less reprehensible light? I mean, I think he's kind of referring back to our time with Emmett Selk. That I would come to look upon you as a friend. He's basically saying, like, Like, he's not gonna be as Emmett Selk was. He's not gonna... But I mean, it's not... Yeah, I'm not, I guess, quite getting exactly where his angle is in saying that. But I mean, he's definitely saying that, like, I'm not gonna buddy up with you at all. You're my enemy, and this needs to end. You who have slaughtered my people, who would tear down everything we have built. You do not deny it then. Very well. Let us change the cast of this trial. You will know what you have stolen from us. And then the music. Ugh. But do not imagine I crave remorse. Only justice. Yeah, I can see that. My first thought would be remorse with all this. Because the idea in, you know, as we go on, like, we have to start killing our friends and everything. Forward, hero. We shall see how strong you have become. Yeah, we can't even interact with them. But it's the idea that, like, you know, you're going to have to kill your own friends, and that's what you're doing to us. But yeah, he wants no remorse. He just, I don't know, wants us to suffer. Let us begin. I mean, he does say justice. Rest assured there are no tricks. You need but defeat the enemies before you. First, something easy. Those whom a budding hero might encounter on the beginning of their tale. And I believe I have the perfect subjects. Let not their appearance stay your hand. Beneath the facades, they are merely monsters. And the hardest to take down. No! How dare you make me do this? Oh, wasn't expecting that. All too easy, I see, but at least you now understand the rules. Thus will we make our way to the capital. Are you trying to unnerve me? That was in poor taste, even for you. Come now, I made it plain that they were monsters. Be that as it may, even a monster could be someone's beloved. That is what I wish to impress upon you. But come, we shouldn't dwell on the beginning, when so much of your story awaits. Oh, God. Every tale requires villains. Defeat them and claim your place as a hero. Okay, this is easier to do. Well done, champion of Eorzea, well done. Onward then, over the bloodied bodies of the fallen. Okay, at least I didn't have to kill all of them. Oh, now the Alliance leaders. You tasted many sweet victory, or triumphs, yes. But so too did you taste bitter tragedy. Who could forget the Crystal Braves, that idealistic, pathetic dream born from a malformed creature? Born from a malformed creature. I guess he's just talking about Alphino. Faces you know and loathe all. Let your hatred burn and strike them down with all your might.
God damn it.
With such ease yet again, you did always grow stronger with every battle. It seems it will take more than those monsters to leave an impression upon you. Or mayhap you simply fail to understand my meaning. Not that it matters. No, I have dealt with countless heroes, and always it ends the same way. No amount of reasoning will bridge our differences, will result in happiness for all. Whatever your reasons may be, I cannot be bound by them. I can but put faith in my own beliefs, and fight for them with all my being. I get that, but it seems it will take more than those monsters to leave an impression upon you. What impression is he trying to make? I mean, because he says it's not for, whatever it was, it's for justice. So it seems weird that he's even trying to make an impression at all. You're wrong. We can always strive for understanding, for compromise. It seems there's nothing for it but for us to fight. Yeah, I mean, that's what it came to with Emmett Selk, and I don't think Elidibus is any better. So I'm just going to go with the second. For a certainty, I am Elidibus. And come what may, I will fulfill my mission. To that end do I take your measure, and eventually I will eliminate you. Your hopes and dreams are inconsequential. But enough talk. It is not your assertions that I wish to know, but your strength. Oh, jeez. Falsely accused of regicide, you fled for the snow-swept fields of Kurthus. Okay, well, we didn't have to kill any of them. Had you and the Scions met your demise that day in the Sultanate, La Habrea might have been spared his. But not only did you stubbornly live, you hurled yourself into the thick of the Dragonsong War. Swept along by the tide of events, you pursued and slew those who sought to stop the unending conflict, just as you were bid. Or was it a thirst for vengeance that drove you? I trust you are beginning to limber up. Do keep up the fine form. Oh, okay, the Forton kids. Around heroes, people are wont to flock, people who harbor all manner of motives, each baser than the last. Come, let the curtains rise on the grand melee. No more than they deserve. In the end, their hand of friendship was tainted with personal desire. You know what comes next. You put an end to the Dragonsong War. There is no saving your comrade this time. All you can do is cut off the serpent's head. And as simple as that, 1,000-year war is brought to its conclusion. But every end marks a new beginning, and for heroes such as you, there is only ever conflict. Oh. How are you enjoying the walk down memory lane? I dare say there will have been a few individuals for whom you harbor deep feelings, whose passing caused you keenest grief. That is what our people are to us, an irreplaceable existence that can ill be lost. I will save them, for they are my appears to strike. Draw your weapon. Wait for him to continue. Nope. Draw your weapon. I think not, hero. Not yet. You must contend. Yeah, contend. You must content yourself with the company of monsters a while longer. Emperor Solus had kindled an insatiable flame. Garlemald was its name, and it raged across the land, consuming all in its path. Following the trail of ash, you set forth for Alamigo and Doma into a storm of blood. Again you fought, and again you grew stronger. So strong that we could no longer control you. Yours is an unnatural, beastly strength, and we shall lay it bare. This really just... It surprises me that there's even an Endwalker to finish off the story. Like, this just feels like it. You know, a recap of everything that came before it. In order to gain a foothold in the liberation effort, you journeyed to far eastern plains. There you encountered the land's greatest warriors and sought to win them over to your cause.
The sun cannot be extinguished.
The strong are drawn to the strong. Thus did you gather new allies to your banner. Yet where ardent souls gather, so too do fires burn. In this way did you consign those around you to the flames. Burn them all, hero. Reduce them to nothingness, like the ephemeral morning dew they are.
I cannot fail. Not again.
You did not hesitate, or perhaps could not? No matter. Let us turn our attention to the finale. Here we shall have a test between fellow beasts. It is only fitting. Would you not agree? When I fought you in this flesh, 'twas I who triumphed. Will you turn the tables this time? Is that all? Okay. My creation appears to have lost its form. It is no easy thing to see through the eyes of a beast such as him. In any event, there is only so much to be learned by taking your measure this way. Let us try something different. Come, we continue this within. An impressive show of strength, but surely no more than a foretaste of that which Emmett Selk's conqueror is capable. Such might requires a fair measure, to compare like with like, yes? I shall just have to test you myself. Come on, Lavenza. Show me what you can do. Fallen warrior Ardbert. I mean, I've beaten Ardbert. So you in his body is not going to do better than you in Xenos' body. I still have yet to actually defeat Xenos. I may not be the real Ardbert, but you do well not to underestimate me. All that made him the warrior he was, every battle waged, every blow swung, is part of my very being. So come, fight me like you mean to take my head. Good, good. I sense your murderous intent. Aye, you'd kill me given the chance. Mayhap you think to recover this body? If so, prove that it's no use to me. Prove that I can't best you within. Or with it. Come at me with everything you've got. because it all went off. Okay. I thought it was going to go in like some type of order. I see you're a different beast from when you face my creations. Very well, I will transcend my very limits, and we'll see what you're truly capable of. Lands of old. Hold nothing back, for neither will I. Just as I pop it. And I didn't realize I got another charge of lunge. Oh well, just take it, I guess. Can't stun him. I have my answer.
You have grown stronger since last we fought. The result of your trials in the first, no doubt.
Have you finished?
No. she's up again.
My apologies. I freed myself as soon as I awoke, but rather too late, I see. Now, Elidibus, if you have ceased trading blows, I would trade words with you. I have a theory, you see. One concerning that which you seek to accomplish. It stems from who, or rather what, you truly are. A primal. The ancients created Zodiac to deliver the star from destruction. If the magic that brought him forth is the precursor of what we know as summoning, then Zodiac would have been instilled with a presiding desire. I found it among the records at Anida, and it came as no surprise. Were I faced with the world's destruction, I too would wish for the same. Salvation. I know that you sacrificed yourself to become Zodiac's heart. How you came to be separated from him is less clear. But if you are a fragment of his being, it stands to reason a desire for the world's salvation would drive you. And thus did you seek to inspire the masses to rise up as warriors of light, going so far as to use Ardbert as a symbol of hope.
Correct on all counts. Such is my nature, and such are my methods. I have aided heroes. I have made them. I have even become them. This served not only to strengthen me, but also to facilitate the work of my brothers, such as Emmett Selk, with his penchant for nation building.
Then you will be all too familiar with the fickleness of mankind. We change, we forget, and what little we do remember becomes twisted and fragmented over time. For which reason, you deem us unfit to carry on your legacy. But are you, yourself, free of these foibles? As the last witness of the final days, do you remember everything that was lost? Or even the things you cared about?
Get to the point.
A primal is shaped by the hope that fuels it. Even should this hope be something as simple as the world's salvation, it is the collective desire of innumerable disparate souls crying out for deliverance. Having drawn your strength from such a cacophony of voices, can you truly be sure you still speak with your own?
Your question is irrelevant. No matter how much I should change, no matter how much I should forget, I shall ever remember my duty. At times I stand with my brethren. At times I stand against them. All that I might steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. For Elidibus is my name and my mission, guiding my every deed. But enough talk. You have shown me sufficient proof of your might. As I am now, I would struggle to defeat you. Yet I have still to play all of my cards. If I could offer you some semblance of sport, your lessers would pose no threat to me. Would you not agree, warrior of darkness?
Okay, this is so much to wrap my head around. If I could offer you some semblance of sport, your lessers would pose no threat to me. Would you not agree, warrior of darkness? So with that, he's just saying, like, if I'm any competition to you, then your lessers are no competition to me. Okay, which, yeah, I mean, that all makes sense. I was thinking for a second, is this like a lead-in to what's about to happen of him summoning in a bunch of other warriors of light to fight me, but that doesn't make any sense. But trying to make sense of just Elidibus and who he is, because he's basically... he's a primal, and he's just essentially a fragment of Zodiark. And is that specifically just this Elidibus or all Elidibus? Because there was, at some point, an Elidibus sacrificed themselves. And then, you know, he says sometimes he's with his brothers or whatever, and sometimes he's against them. But it's always for the salvation or whatever of the star. But I just don't quite get, like, the role of Elidibus. Like, what he specifically does. Because to me, it's just, they all are working toward the same goal. It's just, maybe sometimes he'll break off from the rest of them because he doesn't think what they're doing is actually the right course. I don't know. Maybe that's one of the reasons why, like, 5.3 didn't connect with me like 5.0 did. Because I feel like I understood Emmett Selk. Where I kind of feel like I still don't understand Elidibus. Because basically all I keep getting is he's the same as them, but he's different. But I don't quite understand how he's different, I guess. It has been an eventful morning. If indeed it is morning. I have no idea how long I was unconscious. Regardless, I am gratified to see that my efforts at a niter have borne fruit. We have confirmed that we have confirmed the nature of our foe and his plot. I get, if you have, please pass it on to me, because I get his plot is still just to take us out so he can cause the rejoining, but I still don't get his nature. Now then, what news from the surface? I see. Then let us make for Yulmore at once. We have much to share with our comrades. Elidibus's parting threat, not least of all. Ah, but forgive me, it would seem my belongings did not accompany me here. I will need to retrieve them from a niter. With luck, the ethereal stream you traverse still lingers. I won't be long. Oh, okay. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was a long one. I had a feeling 5.3 was a bit of a longer patch, and concerned whether or not I could get it all done at one time, you know, in one stream. And it turns out I couldn't, not before getting really tired and starting to kind of lose focus and everything. So I decided to cut it off a bit early, which was right after defeating Elidibus. So I still have a little bit of 5.3 to finish up before moving on to 5.4. But I enjoyed it, not as much as I would have if I had a bit more energy, was a bit more awake, but it is what it is. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to come join me live for whatever post Final Fantasy XIV adventures I am on, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a good one.